'83, I believe, is when they did the production and the recording, and then released it in '84. And this album didn't chart at all in the United States, you know. Now in the other worlds, they would be considered a borderline one-hit wonder with a Safety Dance and Where Did the Boys Go? So the first song is No Dancing. It's kind of strange. It has like a, I would say it's more of a synthesizer ballad instead of a piano ballad. It's more of a synthesizer ballad. Singing about no dancing. Strange. And then you got another one that's a lot better, more upbeat. Men Without Hats songs. Kind of reminds me of I Got the Message. And this song is called Unsatisfaction. Now what I was told, you know, from when I read on Wikipedia, Unsatisfaction was written about Paul McCartney and Mick Jagger and all those people that the lead singer Ivan liked. And the third song is, of course, Where Did the Boys Go? Which, of course, in the beginning, you hear that in French. And then you got Mother's Opinion. It's more of an, say, an 8-minute song. So it plays normal, and it starts to fade out, just like the song Helter Skelter by the Beatles. It fades out, and then it fades back in. It's okay song. And then you got Euro Theme. I guess in the talk about them being Canadian or something, huh? And then you got Messiah's Die Young. It's okay. It's okay song. And you got I Know Their Names. Very strange song. Crazy. I would say a lot of random things in there. And you got Folk of the 80s. The song that's just the album. Pretty good, singing about you cut your beard, you'll be a hippie, or if you cut your hair, you'll be a hippie. And then you got the last song called I Sing Last, Not for Tears. And this one is 100% a piano ballad. This album would have came up with 9 tracks. Anyways, the other song is Where Did the Boys Go? Extended version. Crazy stuff. Let me show you the pictures here. Here's this here. Here's the CD. Okay, and here's the picture on the back. This was remastered in 2010 in Canada, and you can only buy it in Canada until Amazon started becoming real popular. Now you can buy this album from Canadian sellers. This album and their debut album, Rhythm of Youth, was never remastered for the American public because, you know, the only songs we knew them for was Safety Dance and Pop Goes the World. So they're borderline one-hit wonder, while other countries know them for mostly Safety Dance and Where Did the Boys Go mainly. So this album, they also had an EP back in 1981, and they had two EPs. The first EP has the same name as this, just called Folk of the 80s. It came out in 1979. That album would be really hard to find. You gotta go on Discogs or eBay and pray that on Discogs you don't get scammed by a Canadian seller that swears it's in better shape but don't sell you anything. So you really gotta be careful when it comes to that. And then of course in 1981 they had an EP called Freeways. You might remember that song called Freeways. Yes, they also had that. That was really popular in German. It was strictly in English and mostly German. Yeah. Now back to the sound quality. This sound quality is pretty bloated. It's very compressed. You get that 2010 feel. Really compressed. Doesn't sound good. And like I'm gonna say in this video, and if I ever talk about the first album, I recommend to get a German pressing or an original US 1987 reissue when they reissued both their albums on one CD. That is right, they reissued in 1987, they reissued Rhythm of Youth and Folk of the 80s on one disc. So two albums on one CD. Not on a separate disc, just one disc, because how short these albums are. So if you can't find a US first pressing, go on Discogs and look for it. Pray that you don't get scammed. Please use your eyeballs looking. And get the 1987 reissue. It will probably sound a lot better than this one. It's very compressed, very bloated. Got that 2010 feel. It's very loud. So loud you can barely hear anything but the kick drum of the programmed drum machine. That's it. You know? If they ever do remaster it, I hope they do it